Hi guys, Ryuu here from Blender Bros, and in this video we're gonna talk about why your attitude stinks and how to fix it. Let's go. I don't have any money to buy add-ons. Can't afford it, it's too expensive. I'm too old, it's just too old to learn this shit. Blender is really difficult. The business is saturated, everyone is doing it. AI will take over, so what's the point of becoming an artist, right? I have a job, so my time is limited. I have a family. I would need to start from scratch. I'm not good at this, I don't have a talent, I can't do this. Guys, these are not reasons for you not being successful. These are excuses. When I was younger, I was sick a lot, and my immune system was so weak at some point that I had to be excluded from school. It was back in grammar school, and my teachers had to actually come for like maybe 6 months to my house and teach me, because any contact with kids would literally make me sick. So I decided to change it and started doing sports. When I went to college, I was like 19 or something, and I started doing martial arts. And people were telling me, oh, you're too old, you're not gonna be able to become more flexible. And I remember I was trying to do some push-ups, and I couldn't do more than like 20 or something. So I got really pissed with this, So I started to exercise really hard. Bought myself a stretching machine, and within 4 to 5 months, I was able to do a split on trees, like Van Damme. And I was doing 1,500 push-ups and sit-ups a day as a warm-up before my 5 miles run. And that was every day, right? So you can do anything you want as long as you are telling your brain what you want to achieve. People are lazy, we are lazy by nature, and we are listening to our brains, and our tendency is to relax, to take it easy. Now you need to learn how to tell your brain what you want it to do. You need to tell your brain what you want it to become. You need to start making your brain listen to what you want, not the other way around, okay? So all these things I was talking about at the beginning, like, I'm too old, Blender is too difficult, all that. These are no reasons, right? These are excuses. So the key here is to change the thinking into something a bit more positive and change the whole perception of yourself, right? Project some positive outcome through your words and actions. So you're thinking about achieving A, and you start projecting that on yourself every fucking day through everything you do, right? And you need to realize that the time is the scarcest thing in the world. It's really scarce, okay? There's not much time. You got 24 hours a day and that's it. You can't buy more time. You can make more money, and money is infinite. It's like getting fat, okay? There's no limit to how fat you can get. You get bigger pants and you set yourself in your goal. Do you know what I mean? You just need more donuts. But with time, that's it, okay? We all get the same amount of time. So it's up to you how you use that time, right? So it's not really a question of if you can do something, but how can you do something? So instead of asking yourself, oh, I'm not sure if I can do it, maybe that's not possible, that's probably not the best idea. No. If you want to do something, you should ask yourself the question, how can you do it? Now, by saying that you cannot do something, you kind of smudge a window you're looking through, okay, your window of life. And you basically blur whatever you could achieve, blur whatever is in front of you, within a reach. But you can't see that because your windows are dirty, right? So you need to stop saying that. You need to stop saying you can't and start asking yourself a question, how can I do it? So you say you cannot afford box cutter and hard ups, let's say, right, which is $37. Well, ask yourself a question, how can I make $37? Because that $37, even if you have to spend a few hours working, regardless of wherever you live, it will save you days of time, making your workflow much more efficient and faster. That time can be used for studying to produce something you can sell and make more money. Do you see what I mean? So the attitude is everything, right? And whatever it was in your past, you have failures. Guys, we all have failures, right? We build on failures because failure is what's breeding success. Because if you don't try something, how can you know whether it's gonna work or not? So leave it in the past and focus on the future and don't let your past affect the future. So I'll give you an example from my life. I was doing Japanese calligraphy for 16 years and photography for like about 8. And I was making money, but it was not huge. And the reason for that is because I didn't really know marketing. And I told myself that I'm not good at marketing. I literally programmed my brain to think that way. Then I met Josh and everything changed because Josh is really naturally gifted in marketing. And he actually showed me a different side of marketing and I started to learn it. Started to appreciate it, how it's connected to psychology and all that. And I really enjoy it right now, okay? So my thinking has changed from I can't do it to, well, how can I do it? How can I learn more about it? What is it all about? Do you see what I mean? And that really changed my life. So instead of feeling sorry for yourself, right, or blaming your situation, or blaming everything on your current situation, change the situation. Don't have the money? We'll find a way to make some. Your country sucks? Well, emigrate. I did. Your job is shit? Well, fuck off then, change it. I mean, I did. See what I mean? I'm not telling you to do something I didn't do. I left Europe and came to Japan. I had a legal degree and I was working nights as a security guard. Or cleaning some stuff. It doesn't matter what you do. What it matters is where you're going. Right? Where it leads you to. Okay? That's what's important. I changed my circumstances because they were shit. So I thought, fuck this, I can't do it because it's rubbish. I need to move on. I need to change this. So I moved on. Yes, it requires effort. Yes, it is scary. Yes, it's gonna be tough, but who cares? If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, and that's the point. So if I did that, you can do it too. Anyone can. It's literally up to you, right? And then all these excuses like I'm too old. Guys, I started 3D at 44. And now we're running a successful business in 3 years. You can do it. You just have to put your mind to it, okay? You need to shape your life towards whatever you want to achieve, not the other way around. Stop adjusting yourself to the life you lead. You need to project the life you want onto whatever is happening now and fucking crush it. It's like running a boolean on a cube. You want to change the shape of the cube, you run booleans, right? Well, that's what you need to do with your life. You need to run a boolean on that bitch. Do you know what I mean? So when you do that, you need to look about 10 years ahead. You need to look really far ahead, okay? And you need to be very patient and persistent. If you're thinking that, you don't have what it takes to get there, that's bullshit because everyone is equal. And this is not some kind of a cliche, statement. No, I mean, everyone has the same amount of time. Not everyone has to do the same thing, but everyone has the same amount of time, right? Per day. So it's your job to use it well. It's your decision that shapes your life. It's whatever you decide to do every day that will shape your tomorrow. So you have to be very careful what you're deciding now because it will affect you tomorrow. It's like playing a role-playing game. If you're in a dialogue with an NPC and you make a decision that will affect whatever happens down the line. If you play Witcher, you know what I'm talking about, right? So there are ripples through your life. So you have to be very careful what you're doing every day, right? Think about it. Don't be lazy. Think about it. And if you apply this rule to your life, then you realize that there's no one else to blame for the fuck-ups but yourself. You're responsible for them. You need to man the fuck up and suck it up and keep going, right? But your decisions shaping your life. If you are working some shitty job, that's your decision because you are there. If you're in a shitty relationship, that's your decision. If you have 7 kids, that was your decision. No one fucking forced you to have 7 kids. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having kids, but 7 is a bit of a fucking stretch. If that's what makes you happy, that's cool. But remember that whatever you decide today will affect you tomorrow. So think twice before you do something. Especially if you're young. Because young people, if you're like 20 or, 19, you don't really think yet. You just react. Which is why young people do so many stupid things. Because they think they're invincible. They think that they can do anything, but in fact, they just make a lot of stupid mistakes. But that's fine, because mistakes is what shapes us. But you need to learn from these mistakes and don't make them again, right? And you should get smarter every day. That's really important. So the key to success, I think, is to find out what you really want to become, what you want to do in your life. General path, doesn't have to be something specific, but you need to kind of find it out as soon as you can. So try different things, focus on developing yourself until you find that thing that really drives you. Because that power, that passion is incredible. That will give you wings that will carry you to infinite horizons, okay? Another thing that I think is really bringing people down these days is that there's a lot of focus on achievements, this instant gratification bullshit for nothing. Like, you graduated, well, who gives a fuck, okay? It's a process. Congratulations, move on. Stop looking in the rear view mirror. You need to look in front of you, not backwards, okay? You're not going backwards, you're going forward. So look what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. What's behind you is just steps, right? You need to look where you're going, because you may slip. Do you feel me? So instead of looking backwards, look forward. I don't care what I've done, what I've achieved. All I care about is what I can do tomorrow, right? Where I can bring my skills tomorrow, what I can do next. Like when we finish a course with Josh, usually next day we are planning some new content. We're thinking what to do next. We're never really content or satisfied with what's now. We want to take what's now and make it a better tomorrow. That's our literally everyday goal, right? So human nature is programming you to be lazy, right? You need to break these chains, okay? You need to imagine yourself walking in a very deep snow. I think it's a very good example. Imagine you threading through a really deep snow, and it's tough, yeah? It's tough to walk in a deep snow. Like in a deep water, it's the same thing, because there's a lot of drag, right? It's cold, you're tired, you don't really know where you're walking, it's dark, So instead of thinking that it's really tough, think about finding a deeper snow. Think, how deep of a snow can you find to still be able to walk? How far can you push that bitch, right? That is a healthy mindset, okay? It's pushing yourself to the limits, okay? Reaching farther than you think you could. Because you can reach farther than you think. You just put a limit on yourself, because we all have this kind of like a safety ceiling, okay? You need to break that glass safety ceiling in your brain. Now, in martial arts, when you learn how to punch, you are actually being told that in order to punch or kick really hard, you need to punch or kick through your target, which means you're not kicking a target, you're kicking past the target or punching past the target. That will dissolve the fear and sort of this kind of like a mental block and a barrier, the limit of your punch. Punching through is what's really gonna make a punch harder, right? That's how you need to think about your life, about this, threading in a deep snow situation, right? Find deeper snow. It's supposed to be tough, it's supposed to be tiring. That's why 98% fails, okay, and 2% succeeds, because you just give up. So the trick here is not to give up, okay? Walls are there for a reason. There's a brick wall, and walls are there for a reason, to stop the shite. The soft shite that's gonna slap on the wall and slide down to nothingness, to the ground, and dry out. Okay? Don't be that shite. You need to learn how to walk through the walls, because there's gonna be a lot of walls in front of you on your path, okay? You need to learn how to walk through the brick walls. They're just walls. Who cares? We are all scared of failing because no one likes to fail. However, it's a bit like with stretching, okay, or having tattoos done. It's painful, but you sort of get addicted to the pain, if that makes any sense. If you ever went to gym and pushed it really hard, and next day you was, a bit sore, and you went to the gym again, you get this satisfaction for winning over your pain, right? And that's what it is about, right? So failure is just a bit of pain, and you need to walk through, like through a brick wall. So we fail all the time, right? But we never stop searching. We always tweak things, emails, courses, videos, our content videos. It's all in constant motion in Blender Bros, okay? Because it's not about, fear of failing. It's about fear of not succeeding because we haven't tried. Do you see the mindset, right? Do you understand how it works? So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for this golden opportunity. Don't wait till, it's too late. Just do it yesterday. Time is the ultimate equalizer, guys. Okay, it's the ultimate assassin, eliminator. And it will get you if you dilly-dally, if you wait too long. So don't make that mistake. Not a problem with delaying things and skipping things and not doing them. It's missing an opportunity, right? If I didn't click on Josh's stream on YouTube back in May 2020, there wouldn't be Blender Bros because he wouldn't have met. But something told me to watch it. Something told me to educate myself, to join some event and see what's happening, right? And it was just by chance, but because I did that, here we are. So there's always an opportunity, and sometimes this guy is very well, so you need to keep searching and never stop searching, all right? These opportunities, they all around you, and you just have to move your lazy ass towards them, right? So remember that to be able to live the life you want, right, you need to do things that others don't want to do. You have to do things that require effort, sacrifice, and, thought and energy, right? If it was easy, everyone would be successful, which just life wouldn't have its meaning, right? So that's the whole point of life, to get better before you die, right? And it's again up to you to get it done. Now, if you want to change your life and make things work by creating something and selling your skills, then this is really important, okay? No one gives a shit about you. I'm gonna say it again. No one gives a fuck about you. Every single person that comes on the internet and looks for something, all they care about is themselves, right? They care about their goals, their gains, their education, their improvement. So if you want to create something for people, you need to make it about them, not about yourself. I used to make videos on YouTube that, I wanted to make. I still make videos I want to make, but I'll make them in a way that can benefit a lot of people because that's what they need to learn. Because I see a need for this kind of a video, that's why I make it. Because it's gonna bring value to a lot of people. It's gonna teach them, and that's what gives me a lot of pleasure and satisfaction. But the way I think about creating videos now is a bit different than it was, 2 years ago, right? So it needs to be something useful, something that makes sense, and whatever you do, you need to provide that value to other people, and that's the key to success. So if you want to create a decal pack and sell it, well, first make a free pack, show them how to make it, show them how to use it, you know what I mean? Like I have 50 videos on decal machine, 150 or 160 videos on hard ups and box cutter, and just one course on it, right? So you need to really teach people and show them that you know how it works, show them how to do it, give them a lot of value, a lot of time of your own. So you need to lead people towards their success. You need to show them that you can help them achieve whatever they want to become. And that's the key. Teach them as much as you can. Give them as much knowledge, your knowledge as you can, right? And if you're motivated by the monetary gains, so I see this a lot. People make a pack of decals or a small course, they put it online, and they're disappointed because it isn't selling. Well, it isn't selling because no one cares about you or your course. All they care about is what this course will do for them. So how they will know what it will do for them if they don't know you? You need to invest a lot of time to first show who you are, what you can do for them before you actually are able to sell something, right? So if you're motivated by the monetary gains, this is not gonna work, okay? Money and selfishness do not work well together, okay? You will start making money when you forget about money. So whenever you help them to solve a problem, you educate them, you make it easier for them to use, you give them what they need, you sort of lead them towards their own success, etc. That is really where the money is, right? And you cannot make money if your passion isn't there. This is why asking questions like, what is the best 3D industry to get into to be successful? That's a wrong question to ask. You should be asking yourself, what I really want to do, or like what I really want to excel at as a person, as me, and then teach people how to do it. Now, everything you do requires patience, right? You can't achieve result instantly, which is the very big problem with current culture, the instant gratification bullshit. It's the worst thing about our culture now, that it's cultivating instant goals, and it's just raping the young minds with bullshit. And this instant gratification is absolutely ridiculous, okay? It doesn't work. It's like getting a diploma for participating in getting up from your own bed every morning. It's like, what kind of bullshit is this, right? So forget the rewards, forget the gratification, focus on the task at hand, focus on what your goal is, look at that peak and just keep going, okay? You're not going backwards again, you're going forward, right? So if you're passionate, the rest will come, right? Just be patient. So one more time, it doesn't matter what's the best type of industry out there, what's the most lucrative industry out there, what are the most sought after, experts out there. It doesn't really matter, okay? Because you can be an expert in anything and you can excel in anything if you really want to and if it's your thing. You have to think like this: I'm the one who will make this better, okay? I'm the one who will lift things to a whole new level, right? You need to be the fucking shark, not the sardine. You need to be the alpha of whatever the fuck you want to do. That's the trick to succeeding, okay? Also remember that the most successful businesses out there are not based on new inventions, but something that was basically made better. Japanese are not great in inventing things, but they're fantastic in making them better, improving things, right? Televisions, robotics on the thing, cars, whatever, they just keep improving them. They came from the West, and they just keep improving them, and they're really good at it. But look at, for example, Apple, right? It's a great example. Tesla, another one. Microsoft with the OS, they just improve the DOS into Windows, right? Make it user-friendly. Do you see what I mean? Something that people needed, that businesses needed, that everyday person needed. They just gave it to them because they needed it. So they help people to live an easier life, right? And that's why, Microsoft, Apple, whatever, Tesla are so successful. Because they gave people what they want, what they need. And they based their products on something that was invented, but wasn't really that good. The trick is that whatever you decide to do, you cannot run this as a hobby. Because hobbies don't make money, okay? Hobbies cost money. And that's a really important thing to understand. We all need money to live. Only because money should not be the driving force in your everyday actions and your goals doesn't mean that you cannot earn a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with earning money. It's just the attitude needs to be different. You're not doing it for the money. You're just earning money as a byproduct, okay? And again, the more you forget about making money or, doing something to make money, the more money you will make. It's an interesting paradox. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is execution, because it's really fucking important, okay? It's great to have good ideas. It's fantastic if you have a lot of ideas, but trust me, you will get nowhere if you're not going to start executing them. So if you're not going to start going through with what you thought about, well, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to be a daydreamer, okay? Right? Oh, I have this great idea, I'll do this and that. Well, sit the fuck down and do it. What are you waiting for? Time is money, like I say, tempo's fugitive. Do you know what I mean? So you need to get shit done, right? Before you die. So to sum it up, it doesn't matter what 3D industry you're working in. It doesn't matter which path you took, where you're going. As long as it's your vision and, you're passionate about it and you're really, really working on it, right? Then it will lead you through the right, correct path. And when you focus on giving, sharing, teaching, educating, helping, that's really gonna accelerate your success. Because people gravitate towards individuals that they can gain something from. Alright guys, well that's it. Hope this video helps you out. I wish you all the best. I'll see you in the next one.